Hey there, Margaret! It's Gloria, Elijah's sis. I hope you're having a blast hanging out at my place today.
Oh, hello, Gloria. It's great to catch up with you and your family, too. Thanks for the warm welcome at your house. It really made me feel right at home.
By the way, congrats on getting engaged to my brother. I got a little teary-eyed, but it's just because I'm so darn happy to see him settling down and starting his own family.
No need to apologize at all. You're an amazing sister to Elijah, and I appreciate you so much for that.
Absolutely. I've been there for him through thick and thin, his rock since forever. That's why I have a major say in every big decision he makes. You can't even imagine how much Elijah loves and cares for me. We're like two peas in a pod, practically inseparable.
That's great to hear, Gloria. It sounds like you and Elijah have an unbreakable family bond. And that makes me super happy for you guys.
Yeah, you know it. Just remember, it's all in my hands whether you get to marry my brother or not. So better treat me nice, all right?
Oh. Okay. I'll try my best.
As you already know, my bro is a total catch. He's got the looks, the wealth, and the successful career as a doctor. That's why I'll be super choosy when it comes to who gets to marry him. Gotta find someone truly worthy.
Oh, for sure. I totally get it. I know exactly where Elijah's coming from. But I think the most important thing is that we're deeply in love with each other. And that's the main reason why we decided to get engaged.
Think of me as the fiancé scanner. You better believe I'll be keeping a hawk eye on you, no doubt. Just a friendly warning, I won't cut you any slack. If I sniff even a whiff of something suspicious, consider yourself permanently kicked off my brother's fiancé list. So better watch your step and stay on the straight and narrow unless you want to face the consequences.
Well, so Elijah seems to have quite the selection of potential fiancés.
Oh, absolutely. Most of them are completely unqualified, so no need to stress about that. Although, I must say, I still believe Anne would make a far better sister-in-law than you. Just being honest here.
Anne? Who's Anne? Elijah never brought that name up in any of our conversations.
No wonder you haven't heard about Anne. She's actually a childhood friend of Elijah's, and I think they still keep in touch quite often.
I see. Though I'm not quite sure why Anne made it onto Elijah's fiancé list either. Did he actually mention that himself?
Remember, I'm the one calling the shots for Elijah's fiancé, so naturally I also get to decide who is on Elijah's fiancé list. Anyway, looking forward to catching up with you again. Take care for now. Bye. Wow, it is truly unbelievable how you lack even the most basic manners. Our entire family made the effort to come to your disgusting apartment, and you couldn't even bother to greet us properly? What kind of human being are you anyway?
I'm sorry, Gloria, but I already told you I wasn't in the right state to greet your family. Plus, they just showed up out of the blue without giving me a heads up. What was I supposed to do? I did my best to make everyone comfortable, given the circumstances. I believe I did everything I could at that moment.
Wow. You know what, Margaret? You were so incredibly rude, disrespectful, and showed a complete lack of manners. I'm honestly disgusted by your behavior.
To be honest, I'm completely clueless about what I did that was supposedly so horribly wrong. I was at home, lying in bed, dealing with a lot of pain. And then, out of the blue, your entire family shows up at my door, insisting on coming in. What was that all about? I could have easily said, "Sorry, I wasn't prepared," and sent you all away, but I didn't. I went ahead and welcomed your family into my house because I was trying to be nice.
Trying to be nice? Spare me. All you had on was a bathrobe, for crying out loud. Did it even occur to you that my parents were there as well? What a joke.
I get it. I get it, but you were incessantly ringing the doorbell and banging on the door like there was no tomorrow. I barely had any time to put on proper clothes. I was just in shorts and a halter top. So I had to think fast and throw on a bathrobe to cover myself before changing into something more suitable.
Enough with the lame excuses. Just admit that you're a filthy woman with no class. You had the audacity to insult my family by showing up in shabby clothes and, dare I say, a bare face with no makeup. And let's not forget that repulsive and annoyed expression plastered on your face. It was crystal clear that you couldn't care less about us being there. We're your in-laws. We deserve way better treatment than what you gave us. We should have been treated like royalty.
Did I mention that I was dealing with an insane amount of pain from those cramps? Being a girl yourself, I thought you'd have some empathy for what I was going through. I could hardly even stand up straight. But besides that, I still managed to make tea for your family and talk with all of you. It was a real struggle, but I pushed through.
Ugh, seriously, Margaret, you're absolutely disgusting. Your period cramps are not an excuse for your trashy behavior. And to think that you had the audacity to bring up that kind of pain in front of my parents. It's just downright repulsive.
What were you expecting? I was on the verge of a complete breakdown because of the excruciating pain. I didn't want to bring it up, but there you all were, chilling at my place for hours. On top of everything, your mom just wouldn't lay off criticizing my house. She had something to say about everything, from how small the sofa was, to how the curtain color didn't match the decor. On top of that, you thought it'd be cool to bring your kid along, who was running wild and breaking stuff left and right. I reached my breaking point. Enough was enough. I had to speak up and do whatever it took to make you all understand just how god-awful I felt.
You know what? Your mom was totally on point. That apartment you're living in is a total joke. It was so small and had barely any furniture. In fact, it felt more like a shack than a real house. I never in a million years would have thought my brother would pick someone like you, who's practically broke, as his fiancé. I bet all you do is laze around in bed all day, living off my brother's hard-earned money. Am I right?
I'm not mooching off anyone, all right? I actually have a job of my own. I just needed a day off because I'm dealing with pain, and you're well aware of that.
Do you even have the slightest clue about the massive gap between our social standings? It's almost comical how insignificant you are compared to me. Let me enlighten you. My dad is a judge, and my mom's got a cushy government job. As if that weren't enough, both my brother and husband are top-notch doctors at a prestigious hospital. And naturally, my friends all belong to well-heeled families. And then there's you, just a lowly bottom feeder, scraping the bottom of the social barrel. I have no doubt that you're only clinging onto my brother to swindle his hard-earned money, aren't you? I see right through your little charade. You've managed to manipulate him into buying you all those fancy clothes and handbags, haven't you? You use him like a pawn, maneuvering him to fulfill your selfish desires. What a sneaky little witch you truly are.
Well, whether you believe it or not, I never asked Elijah to buy me a thing. All those gifts? They were all his ideas. He bought them for me because he wanted to, not because I forced him or anything. I never even hinted at wanting any of that stuff.
Oh, fantastic. When will you finally quit with your pathetic lies and manipulations? I'm beyond fed up with your deceitful games. Congratulations, your name is officially scratched off my brother's potential fiancé list. You're nothing but a despicable sleazebag, and you're no longer welcome anywhere near my family. By the way, we had a delightful little family meeting, and it was unanimously decided that you're absolutely not wife material. So, consider the wedding off. Ciao for now.
Wait, hold up. That's seriously ridiculous, you know? It's mine and Elijah's wedding, not yours or your family's. So, honestly, You guys have no right to meddle in our business. I'll have a chat with Elijah about all this drama. And trust me, he'll have my back. We're gonna go ahead with our wedding no matter what you think or say. Elijah, can you give me a detailed explanation of what the hell just happened?
What do you mean, Margaret? Can you just chill out for a sec? You're totally blowing this whole thing out of proportion, and you made me look like a total idiot in front of my family. That's not nice, you know.
Excuse me? Why are you even bringing up making you look bad? Don't you think that you and your family owe me an apology?
What? Why? Did they do you wrong?
Oh, seriously? You're gonna play dumb now? You expect me to believe that you have no clue about the drama that went down at my house, even though you were right there in the thick of it? And why on earth did you feel the need to bring them along to my house? I clearly stated that it was meant to be a private conversation between just the two of us.
Oh, you mean that little hair-grabbing, slapping, and water-splashing spectacle? Yeah, I gotta admit, it was quite the drama. Thank goodness it's all in the past now. Phew! What a relief, am I right? The tension was off the charts. That whole chaotic scene could easily be turned into a blockbuster movie or a trashy reality show, don't you think? But hey, don't blame me. My family practically demanded to tag along to your house, so how could I possibly say no to them? It's their fault, not mine.
I can't believe you're joking about something so messed up. It's beyond crazy. Your entire family was attacking me, and all you did was stand there and watch? Seriously. Gloria came out of nowhere and splashed water on me, while your mom had the audacity to grab my hair and slap me. And your dad? He actually grabbed my neck and threatened my life if I dared to come near you again. It doesn't stop there, though. They went on to wreck things in my own house. I was literally assaulted by your entire family, acting like a bunch of freaking barbarians. This is not something to take lightly or make jokes about. It's absolutely outrageous.
You better watch your own mouth when you talk about my family. I saw everything with my own eyes, and let me tell you, you weren't exactly a saint either. You were hurling insults and spewing hateful words at them, so you pretty much asked for every bit of what my family dished out. It's called giving you a taste of your own medicine, in case you haven't heard of that idiom yet. It's quite fitting, don't you think?
What did I say that was so horribly wrong? I was just stating the facts and standing up for myself. The truth is, your family showed zero consideration for my feelings. They stormed into my house without any warning, especially on a day when I was dealing with excruciating period cramps. And then they had the nerve to accuse me of being rude and disrespectful, despite my efforts to welcome them and make them feel at home. I just don't understand it. I really don't. Besides, no matter what I said, their assault on me is completely unjustifiable.
Ah, that's the consequence of being poor and treating others like garbage. My family was absolutely right about you. You're just not worth it, plain and simple. I thought love would be enough to overlook your poverty, but it's clear that living with a low life like you is impossible. You poor rats can't even act like decent human beings.
Why do you keep harping on about me being poor? This isn't like you, Elijah. What's gotten into you? You're an adult now. So don't just blindly believe the one-sided stories your sister and parents fed you. Look at the facts, for crying out loud.
Well, how could I possibly say no when my family is absolutely right? You were hurling insults and disrespecting the people I hold dear, and it sickens me to my core. And let's not forget how you shamelessly used me for money. I can't believe I was so blind that I couldn't see through your despicable nature. Gloria was right when she mentioned that you must have cast some sort of spell on me to make me tolerate you for so long. You know what? You're nothing but a worthless pile of garbage, and I can't wait to rid myself of you once and for all.
So, that's it? You're just gonna dump me like that? All because your family said so?
Oh, shut the hell up already. I don't want to hear another word from your filthy mouth. Consider us done, because I'm breaking off our engagement. And trust me, no one in their right mind would even consider being with a broke-ass loser like you. Now, hand over my ring and all the expensive gifts I gave you during our little dating charade so we can finally put this pathetic chapter behind us.
What the hell is wrong with you, Margaret? You saw me in pain, crying, practically on the verge of collapsing on the street, and you just strolled by like it meant absolutely nothing. I was excited to see you. I even tried calling out your name, but you blatantly ignored me. What was all that about?
And why should I lift a finger to help you? Remember how you treated me like dirt? You even scratched my name off your brother's fiancé list. Not that I give a damn about that. We're not family or blood or marriage, not even friends. It's entirely my call whether I should have helped you or not. And I chose not to. End of story. Got anything else you want to yap about?
Well, yeah, I actually do have something else to talk about. Quit being so cold and distant with me. You don't even have a clue about the awful stuff I've been dealing with these last few days.
Oh, really? I'm glad to hear that. Do tell. What on earth could have possibly happened to you?
Wait, how could you possibly be glad when you find out that I was going through so much pain and suffering? Let me explain what happened the day that you saw me with all those bags on the street. My husband kicked me out of the house. Can you believe it? And to make matters worse, I was dealing with intense period cramps at the same time. The pain was unbearable. I almost passed out. You and my husband, both heartless monsters. Neither of you have an ounce of sympathy for someone in misery.
Oh, I'm sure he must have had some reasons for his actions. But seriously? Let's get real here. His mind must be made of solid steel to endure being married to a bossy, overbearing wife like you all these years.
Okay, cut it with the jokes. It's not just about him kicking me out. He even went further and blocked all the credit cards he gave me. On top of that, he forced me to sign the divorce papers. Now I'm stuck in this dingy, disgusting hostel with no one to look out for me. Can you believe this mess?
Oh, let me guess. He discovered that you were sneaking around behind his back with some other guy, right?
What? How did you know that?
Well, honestly, I've been hearing whispers about your affair for quite some time now. I chose to ignore it because, hey, it's none of my business, right? But after you went ahead and attacked me, I had a change of heart. I hired a private detective to dig deeper into those rumors. And guess what? I actually found solid evidence of your cheating. So, naturally, I sent it all to your husband as a little payback for what you did to me. Karma's a funny thing, isn't it?
What? So you're the one who went behind my back and slandered me to my own husband? I knew it. I knew you were a deceitful, two-faced snake who has no problem stabbing people in the back.
Oh, instead of pointing fingers at me, why don't you take a good look at yourself for cheating on your husband? Don't you feel an ounce of guilt or remorse for deceiving him like that? Anyway, your punishment isn't over yet. I just went ahead and handed over solid evidence of your entire family attacking me. Trust me, the entire incident was captured on camera. So you won't be able to squirm your way out of it. I'm certain.
Wait, hold up. You're telling me there were cameras involved? So this was all part of your master plan, huh? You purposely provoked and played mind games with us, pushing us to the brink of physical confrontation, all while having sneaky cameras set up in your own house? You're just out to make my family look like villains in front of everyone else's eyes, aren't you? I see right through your tricks, you witch.
You're seriously deluded, Gloria. The world doesn't revolve around you. I installed those cameras for my own safety since I lived alone, okay? Anyway, Why are we even wasting time on this nonsense? Instead, you better get ready to face the consequences and break the news to your parents about the impending prison time.
Oh, come on. Stop being a crybaby. We didn't even hit you that hard. I was just looking out for my brother, protecting him from a conniving witch like you. I had to do something to make him see the light and cancel the wedding with you. Can't you see? It was all out of love, not hate.
Hold on a second. You actually think physically assaulting someone is a way to show love for your brother? That's beyond messed up. Anyway, I don't think I need to waste time anymore talking to you. I'll be taking legal action and suing your entire family for assault, seeking a substantial amount of compensation. And let's not forget about the things you broke in my house. I'll be demanding damages for those too.
Wow, Margaret, you really are taking this vindictiveness to another level? I can't believe you're making such a big deal out of something so trivial. Time to grow up, drama queen.
I'm just standing up for myself and seeking the justice I deserve. Plain and simple. You know how they say, what goes around comes around, right? Anyway, if you're done, I'm blocking your number right now. The next time we'll talk is in court.
Hold up, Margaret. You can't just wreck my entire life and act like it's none of your business. Hey, pick up the damn phone, you stupid woman.
Margaret, you sneaky scoundrel. Gloria spilled the beans, and I can't believe you would stoop so low to harm my sister and our family. You're trying to throw them all in jail and demand a ridiculous amount of money as compensation. What on earth did they do to deserve such treatment?
I thought that was pretty obvious, you know? It's just cause and effect. Plain simple. Your actions have consequences.
I know that. Who do you think I am, some kind of 5-year-old?
Well, I have to admit, the way you talk and behave sometimes does make you seem like a 5-year-old. No joke. Anyway, the decision has been made. Your family is going to prison, and there's no escaping it now.
Don't you dare forget that my dad works at the court. Do you honestly think you stand a chance of winning a case against our family?
Oh, you mean your retired dad? I really don't get why you and your sister keep throwing around your parents' titles when they're already out of the game. Look, I don't care about their fancy titles. They need to be punished for the crimes they committed.
So you're really determined to sue my entire family, huh? Well, go ahead and give it your best shot. I won't stop you. Let's be real. You're broke. So the lawyer you can afford is probably some sketchy guy with zero professional skills. I'm willing to bet we can win the case without even breaking a sweat.
Wow. It's pretty amusing how you're still under the delusion that I'm poor. Hate to break it to you, but I'm far from it. In fact, my dad happens to be the CEO of the hospital where you and Gloria's soon-to-be ex-husband work.
What? No way. That's impossible.
I know it's hard to believe, but it's the absolute truth.
Well, last I heard, you were still stuck in that rundown apartment of yours. And let's be real, you don't even have a decent job. No way a CEO's daughter would live like a street rat.
Well, it's true that my dad is a CEO, but I've never relied on his money. I've been working hard since I turned 18 and saved up a good amount. Sure, I can rent a fancy place, but I made a choice. I want to save as much as possible to pursue my own dream, starting my own company.
What? None of this is making any sense. Stop lying through your teeth.
Look, I'm not forcing you to believe every word I say, but I'm sure you'll figure it out on your own. And don't think you can just sit back and watch your family go to prison while you escape unscathed, Elijah. You were there, witnessing all the terrible things your sister and parents did to me, and you did nothing to stop them. That makes you an accomplice, too.
What the hell? You're pulling me into this mess, even though I had nothing to do with hurting you. That's not fair at all.
You could have at least called the cops or done something to intervene and stop them. But no, you just stood there, watching as they beat me up. I don't know how the law will deal with you, but I'll make sure you get a fitting punishment for your crime, just like your family.
My family wasn't enough for you. Now you're dragging me into this too. When will this madness end?
Well, my revenge will be fulfilled when I decide it's enough. Oh, and one more thing. Get ready for your last day at work tomorrow because my dad's firing you soon. Being a doctor isn't just about skills. It's about morals. And you're seriously lacking in that department. The CEO decided you're no longer qualified for the hospital. So, congratulations. You got yourself kicked out. With a tarnished record? Good luck finding another job.
Oh, come on. Cut me some slack already. I can't believe you're still going on with this revenge obsession. What's it gonna take for you to stop? Are you enjoying seeing my family suffer? All right, I get it. You're bitter because you missed out on marrying an awesome guy like me. Here's the deal. Let's move forward with our marriage plans. We can be husband and wife and forget all this talk of firing me or throwing my family in jail. What do you say? I know you went to great lengths to make things difficult for us just because you can't have me, right? Think about it. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You won't get it back if you let it slip away.
Oh, really? You think you're doing me some kind of favor by suggesting we get back together? That's hilarious. To me, you're just a big pile of human filth that nobody wants. Actually, you'll be doing me a huge favor by not talking to me anymore. So, bye-bye. I hope you have a miserable life. After realizing the consequences they faced, Elijah and his family came to my apartment to apologize. I didn't bother opening the door, though. I mean, why should I? They were left outside, knocking, texting, and begging me to show up. But it was all in vain. To make matters worse, it was pouring rain, so they were probably soaked. Shortly after Elijah was fired from the hospital, he was summoned to court for his family's assault on me. They tried all sorts of lies and tricks to avoid prison. But they were found guilty. They ended up behind bars and had to pay me a hefty compensation, which certainly hit their family's wealth hard. Looking back, I feel a strange sense of relief. I'm glad I dodged a bullet with Elijah and his family. Now I can focus on building my own company and creating a strong legacy for myself.